Guys, welcome back to another video. It's your boy Monix, and today we're gonna be talking about the details about the relaunch. And also, guys, thank you guys for supporting me, throughout my channel and stuff. I know this channel is switching, from Pixagon 3D to Splitgate, but I think this is a really good change. And also, if you want to see more Splitgate content and Splitgate 2 content on this channel, all you gotta do is support, Anyways, we're gonna be talking about this tweet that Splitgate 2 put out after the playtest, the last playtest, aka the final playtest. It says, "Thank you to everyone who participated in the Splitgate 2 beta. On December 4th, the beta season and active battle passes will be ending, alongside your seasonal rank progress. We will also be taking the beta service offline on the 4th to prepare for the relaunch later in December." Alright, so the last part got people talking on the Splitgate 2 Reddit, and I know people say that I'm aware that Reddit is a place of toxicity and all this and that, but it also have really good questions and really well thought out discussions. Well, if you don't end up finding a toxic redditor, anyways. So basically, before we get on to that, there will be more details about okay, is Ian going to the Game Awards this December? We'll talk about that later. All right, right now we're gonna be talking about what's gonna happen. All right, so basically on the 4th, the servers will be getting taken offline, right? And that's next Thursday of this video being uploaded. So pretty much you won't be able to play. Now, I don't know if it's going to be it's gonna be offline on the 4th and then it will be back out on the 5th for the relaunch, or it's gonna be off for a week or two until the relaunch. I have no clue. I'm assuming it's gonna be a week or two. I'm pretty sure they're gonna have the offline servers. This is just me taking a guess. It's gonna be servers gonna be offline on the 4th, and then it's gonna be for a week or two, maybe, and then in mid-December, which I'm guessing is when the relaunch is gonna happen. Your game is gonna be automatically getting updated. It's going to get updated or being automatically getting updated if you have auto updates on. But anyways, that's pretty much it. They have added a lot of things. If you have not been keeping up with the playtest, which you probably haven't, because Splitgate 2 is a niche video game, so you probably haven't. But they added a pretty cool, decent amount of stuff. I'll show screenshots from different creators if I can. Anyways, I will credit them in the description. Things that Splitgate 2 has added, or 1047 Games have added, was basically
They have a whole new main menu.
so now when you're in the main menu, the character would just do all these awesome poses and stuff instead of the usual 4 platform, the character being on one platform, and there's up to 4 platforms, like a Fortnite style main menu. It's now kind of different. Now it kind of reminds you of let's say Tekken 8's main menu, for example. I don't know if they got the inspiration from it or not, but it just highly reminisces from that main menu style. And also they have changed the user interface to be more clean and just a little bit more, I guess you could say, futuristic, but I don't know if that's the right term for it. But that's what I'm gonna just say for now. And they also added player levels, account levels. So if you guys have been worrying about that, don't worry about it, because they do have that. Now the rewards for those levels is still kind of unknown, because they did said something about, on Reddit and stuff. I know Reddit is toxic and stuff, like I said earlier, but they did say they had special stuff planned, more content planned. It's a lot of secrets that we have to find out when the relaunch actually happens. So we'll see what that content actually is, and I'm assuming there might be more mastery camos or whatnot. So like I said, we'll see what happens. They're keeping a lot of stuff secrets. It's gonna be okay, what I see from this relaunch is that, and we'll talk about this more on while we're talking about the the Ian situation. I will say that what was most likely going to happen is that this game is most likely going to have I guess you can say a shadow soft launch, if that makes sense. It's gonna be a shadow drop where the relaunch comes out of nowhere, or they're gonna announce the date and then they're gonna put out the trailer at the same day. A lot of games did this. I know Battlefield 6 did it with the Red Sec mode and stuff, with Gauntlet Battle Royale, etc. So pretty much what this means is that they're not okay. Let me answer this right now, and I want to pull this up from Reddit here. And Ian actually answered to the questions about, oh, was I'm going to the Game Awards this year, this December, and no, he's not going to be at Game Awards. I'm gonna pull up the Reddit comment that he posted, and it says, no, I will not be at Game Awards. No, we are not getting investor pressure to launch now. A lot of people have been saying, oh, is they getting pressure by their by VC venture capital, I believe, to getting them to launch the relaunch. No, they think the reason why they're doing it is because they think it's just a good window, because more people will be on during the holidays. People don't gotta go worry about work and school, especially people who are still going to school and stuff. It's just a higher chance of getting more players. And they also said this here, which is interesting: our investors don't have the ability to pool funding. That's more of a publisher thing than a VC thing, so not something we ever needed to worry about, thankfully, since our deal was not structured that way, which is pretty interesting, that it will be more of a publisher thing. But I digress. But it makes sense if you think about it, because it's really just the publishers, telling the development studios, to pressure them about the release date of the game or whatnot, whatever, right? Anyways, the strategy is potentially different this time. We aren't trying to build massive hype going into the relaunch. We just want to put out a great game, which I firmly believe we now have, and then grow it over time. Splitgate 1's relaunch. Now, this is what is actually interesting to me. Apparently, people saying Splitgate 1 had a relaunch, and I think that was in 2021, I believe. I actually did a history of all the Splitgate versions that existed, well, the major ones at least. And I noticed that there was two versions of Splitgate 1, 2019 and 2021, right? I'm pretty sure 2021 was the relaunch. And then after that, it like he said, it only had a few hundred people on day one, but eventually it grew to 80,000 concurrent players at the same time on Steam, which was crazy. But yeah, it's basically they're gonna do the same thing. It's kind of like a repeat of things, just shadow drop it or whatever, or just announce it and just let people find out for themselves. I think that's the best way they could do it, because if they just go to Game Awards, and it's going to be it's not going to go out good, I'm gonna tell you that. So it's just the best way to do it, just a shadow drop, or tell the niche community that, hey, the relaunch is going to be dropping at this date. And then after that, people was just he also says it below here about the net promoter score, NPS. Basically what it is that it measures how likely people are to recommend Splitgate to a friend, and that is what Ian is kind of relying on the most here. And it makes sense, because I have a best friend that I recommended Splitgate 1 and 2 too, so it makes sense that that's what he's trying to do. And yep, that's basically what they're going by, the net promoter score. And I think it can work. People just gonna promote, if people okay, I like this game, then I'm gonna promote it to my friend or to a family member or whatever the case may be. So yeah, and the last one says, I appreciate you all continue to pay attention and totally understand those who are skeptical of this working. I hope it works, and I genuinely think it will, but of course I could be wrong. Fingers crossed regardless, and we will hope you will give it a try on relaunch. A lot of people have worked really hard to make this the best game possible for our community. We appreciate you guys more than you maybe realize. And that was pretty much it on what Ian said. Now, I'm not worried about competition, other video games and stuff, because I know Black Ops 7 has Season 1 coming up on the 4th also. I think it's on the 4th. I'm not worried about Black Ops 7 because it's an arcade shooter. It's, even though arcade shooters and arena shooters are similar, I'm not worried about it, because people who will play an arena shooter will play an arena shooter for, the thrill of the arena, right? And also you got the portals too, so yeah. And also, I'm not worried about arc raiders, because it's a whole different genre. It's an extraction shooter. Come on now. I'm also not worried about Battlefield 6 because it's a way different game. And also, I heard the finals Season 9 might be dropping, which is crazy. But in terms of video game competition, I'm not really worried about anything for Splitgate 2, because they don't really have any competition. Halo, Campaign Evolve isn't coming out until next year. I don't even know if that game's gonna have multiplayer. I don't think so, but we'll see. pretty much that's all I gotta say. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. And the day that I'm uploading this video, I might be live streaming later today also. So if you wanna, hop in and play Splitgate 2 with me, or just wanna like chill in the chat, hey, I also live stream. So, and it's gonna be on YouTube, by the way. I don't live stream on Twitch anymore, so I'm not gonna do multi-platform streaming. It's just gonna be, exclusively YouTube. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel. And your boy Monix gotta go. I gotta flow. I gotta go. Whoa, I gotta go.